Okay. Not real sure why it's called synthetic division. I will look that up. I feel like I've known. Anyway, okay, so long division, I'm gonna just show you this one more time, is old school. All right. Do y'all remember, when did you learn long division? Does anybody know? Third, I was gonna say third grade. It's either third or fourth grade. It's I mean, it takes a long time. So I'm gonna use this problem. Okay. So I'm going to transfer that over to our notes. We have 3x to the third minus 2x plus 5 divided by, I'm going to put parentheses around it just to separate, x minus 2. All right. I'm going to use a different color here because does anybody notice? Look at this trinomial real quick. Look at the exponents. Does anybody notice something? We're missing something. X to the third, and then we go to x. What's missing? The squared, right? Does everybody see it? Or, well, you shouldn't see it because it's not there. X to the third, we're missing an x squared, which is fine. That'll come up in a second. Then 2x and then 5. Okay, so there's an order here that you need to pay attention to when you have here, I'll show you. Before we start, look, this is your homework, by the way. Look at this one. X squared, 7x, 11. Nothing's missing. Do you see that? Everything's covered. Look at number 8. Not missing, but it's kind of what? Out of order. Okay, that's easy. Look at number 5. We have everything. X to the third, x squared, x, and then your 18. Okay, why am I showing you that? Well, I'm so glad you asked. Synthetic division is taking long division, and it's literally a shortcut. I think you're going to like it. It's easy. It's one of the easiest things you will do, but you have to do the steps. Just because it's easy doesn't mean it's short. You're still going to have some work to do. Okay, so you're going to look at this first. Take the opposite of, let's see, I'll just do an arrow. So what's the opposite of negative 2? Positive 2. All right. I love this stuff because so I'm going to take that 2 and I'm going to literally draw a box around it. You're going to need that. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Step 2. Take my arrow again. You're going to take the coefficients, but they have to be in order. So here's my other arrow. Okay, is there. If a term is missing, what do you think you put? I'm showing you 0. Okay, so coefficient of this term here is what? 3. That's another quarantine, by the way. So we have x to the third. X squared is not there, so what am I going to put? 0. Now the next term will be this one. What's the coefficient here? -2. And last, we have simply what?
5.
5. My apologies, my arrow got in the way. All right, so this problem is going to be set up just like this. Draw a line, skip, and all right, so here's another box, kind of in the box in the top left, bottom right. This is where it gets kind of fun. That's the hardest part right there.
So you just took the 2 and divided it.
Sorta. This is where the steps come in. I'm probably going to use, well, here, it doesn't matter. I'll use my markers. Okay, so what you're going to do first is you're going to bring this 3 down. All right, y'all ready? We're going to do some operations. Add, subtract, well, add, multiply, really. What's 2 times 3? 6. Do this. What's 0 plus 6? 6. Now, what's 6 times 2? 12. Okay. Negative 2 plus 12?
10.
10. Good. And who wants to guess the next step? 10 times 2 is 20. What's 5 plus 20? 25. Okay. A little weird, right? How do you get your answer? Well, I'm going to go ahead and show you here's the answer. Okay. Now, does anybody want to take a guess on what this is? When you do long division, what do you sometimes end up with at the very end? Not decimal, but it starts with R. You're on the right track. Remainder.
Close enough.
So this is the remainder. I'm telling you, it's old school, right? Remainder. All right. Now, here's our answer, but we have to write it as a polynomial. This is not the hard part. It's kind of like you're going backwards. So here is, I'm just going to write 3, 6, and 10. Watch what I'm getting ready to do, because this kind of throws people a little bit. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. 10, it's positive. 6x is positive. 3x squared. You work backwards. Plus 25, there's our remainder, over x minus 2. Okay, so I'm working backwards. I have my just coefficient. So here's my 10, 6, and 3. You're going to start here, and you're just going to keep going backwards. The next one is x. The next one's going to be x squared. If I had a number here, what would the x be? X to the third. So you just have your coefficient, then you have your linear, then you have your quadratic. What's next? Do you remember the 3? What's that? Right, the cubic one. So you just worked with, what's that? Well, kinda, but you just need to know, you just work backwards. I usually do a pencil, and I like nothing, x squared, x to the third, and so on. We'll do more. Hardest part is this step here, and then this step there. Okay, you add in the middle, you multiply on the outside. Okay, let's do another one. Oh, you want to compare? 3x squared plus 6x plus 10 plus the remainder. See what I did with the remainder? 25 over. Where did I get this x minus 2 from? Okay. Let's do another one. All right, this one is different. No, it's not different. It looks different. You still write it the same. You can write division a couple different ways. See the symbol of division? This one's just got the quotient.
So can you rewrite it and do like the parentheses?
You don't need to,
Okay.
simply because you're going to do it like this.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want to, if it makes you feel better, but you don't need to. All right, so what number goes in my box on the top left? The opposite of -8 is +8. Cute little box there. What I want you to notice is we have a trinomial. Do we have all the terms? X squared, X, looks good to me, right? All right, so let's write the coefficients. What's the coefficient here? 1. What's the next coefficient? -7. And the last one is simply -11. If you want to go ahead and write your addition symbols, go for it.
So just write the opposite symbol.
For here,
Yeah.
no, you add. In the middle of this,
Always
you
addition.
add. Yeah, so here, you're going to bring down the 1. 1 times 8 is 8. So what's -7 plus 8? 1. Again, what's 1 times 8? 8. Do your little square at the end. What's -11 plus 8? -3. Okay. The work is done. Now you got to write the answer. So I have 1 and 1. Let me write a little reminder. Don't forget remainder box. So this last number will always be your remainder box, okay? Box on the top left, bottom right. All right, so here is our answer, 1 and 1. You're going to work backwards. So here is just our coefficient. What's next? Just a simple 1x plus -3 over x minus 8. I'm going to rewrite that. X plus 1 minus 3 over x minus 8. Either one of these would be right. This is where you work backwards when you get here. Okay, this first number is just your coefficient. The next term will be the x. If I had one more, it would be the x squared. Okay. Y'all want to try one by yourself?
Can we get one more?
Yeah. All right, I'll leave that be. Okay. You need practice on this, okay? That's why you've got a cute little riddle. It's so cute. Oh. All right, one more. This one has more terms. All right, last one. I want to see how y'all do. Can y'all read this? Okay, x to the third plus 7x squared plus 14x plus 3 divided by, there you go, read,
Yes.
x plus 2. All right. What is this called? Just to review, how many terms do we have here?
4.
4. It's just a polynomial. What's the degree for this one?
3.
3. Good. All right, so what goes in my little box up here? -2. Good. All right, let's do the terms. Do we have everything we're looking for? Yes, nothing's missing. So give me the coefficients. Go. 1, 7, 14, and 3. So don't forget your remainder box, which is bottom right. All right, so we're going to do the arrow. And I bring down the 1. What do I do next? 1 times -2, which is simply -2. Now what?
Plus 7.
Plus 7 plus -2 is positive what? 5. 5 times -2, which is -10. Now what?
4.
Add them together and you get 4. Almost done. 4 times -2 is -8. What's my remainder? Good.
I want to say, but I don't want to.
No, you got it. Okay, there's the work. Autumn, yes.
I'm a little confused on
You'll need to practice. All right, let's work backwards. Here's my remainder. So here's my coefficient. It's positive. What is 5? What goes with 5? 5x. And x is simply, I'm sorry, the 1 is simply x squared. Minus 5 over what? Good, yeah.
So it's minus if it's negative, or if the remainders are negative.
Right. You can also
Or you could do plus -3.
plus negative
Or
5.
-5.
Yes. Either one. All right, I'm going to go and give you your homework. I've done 2 of them for you. Trust me when I say this, guys, you need to practice this. This isn't hard, but you need to practice. Okay, a lot of moving parts there. All right, look at number 1. We did number 1 together. And number 5.
Can you just write the answer?
That's fine. Yeah. Number 1 was the second one we did.